the cases you read in Unit 1 was the Park decision. As a doctoral student in 1971, boy am I old, and in support of that decision, I volunteered to educate parents about what the case meant in terms of being an advocate for their child with a disability. The first principle, that is the focus of the reading for this unit, is the principle of zero reject. A school-based administrator could no longer say to a parent of a child who has a disability, "Your child is not our responsibility. What are you going to do about your child and his education?" This chapter focuses on the concept of zero reject. IDEA implements zero reject principles by its provision for comprehensive coverage of all children ages 0 to 21 and comprehensive coverage by all agencies, public and private, involved in educating them. IDEA provides for cost shifting and cost containment so that the funds expended in special education will be expended effectively and for the greatest good for the greatest number of children with disabilities. IDEA provides for highly qualified teachers and comprehensive systems of personnel development so that in still another way, special education will be effective. IDEA, as interpreted by the courts, maintains the zero reject principle by providing for the education of all students with disabilities, no matter if they seem not able to learn, the educability issue, have contagious diseases, or are subject to school discipline. The implications of the zero reject principle include redefining equality in the civil rights context, invoking at least the consideration of and sometimes the mandatory use of positive behavioral supports, which we'll talk more about later, changing the norms and forms of education, influencing policies about treatment when a person is at the edge of life, and advancing the principle of family autonomy. Zero reject is something we now assume to be the case. In the early 1970s, it was not. And for some students, hard as that is to believe, it still is not. I hope you find the unit to be valuable.